up the dust, Esky in the boot, Kelpie by my side, singing Christmas songs. It's summertime and I am in my singlet, shorts and thongs. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Christmas in Australia on a scorching summer's day. Hey! Jingle bells, Christmas time is beaut. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a rusty Holden ute. Engine's getting hot, dodge the kangaroos. Swaggy climbs aboard, he is welcome too. All the family is there, sitting by the pool. Christmas Day, the Aussie way, by the barbecue. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all on a scorching summer's day. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle.
All right, that's enough of that, I feel. Just wanted to get everybody into the Christmas spirit. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Tess Murray and I am lucky enough to be the team leader of the Wonderful Marvels, the best Thermomix team in Australia, in the world, ever. And we're here tonight to just give you a bit of inspiration to start to get organised for Christmas, because guess what? It's 2 weeks today. How are we all going with our Christmas plans? And if you don't want to come off mute, that's perfectly okay. Just pop something in the chat box. I've got some girls on tonight helping me out. Beautiful Bec and Lauren are here to help me, and Marissa's more than welcome to jump in as well. Yeah, so just pop in the chat box. How are you going for your Christmas preparation? I.e. working out what you're going to make, busy making hampers, fantastic, denial. Are you sorted? Do you know what you're making for Christmas? Have you got your presents done? We actually got some shopping done yesterday, which was really good. Okay, I'm just going to introduce you to a couple of the girls in my team. So we've got Lauren. You want to come off mute, Lauren, and say hello?
So special hello to them, but hello everyone, I'm Lauren. I've been a consultant for only 4 months, so Tess is showing me the ropes. Bec and I joined together. So yeah, it's my first Thermomix Christmas as a consultant, but I've had my machine for a few years, so I'm looking forward to whipping up a storm this year.
You've been whipping up a storm today, I see.
I have been preparing for tonight, doing reels and videos for tonight. Yep.
Fantastic. See, I'm relying on the young ones to help me out with the with the reels and so forth, because that's not my forte. But anyway,
I love doing it. It's fun. Good.
Oh, excellent. Okay, and we've also got the beautiful Bec on, who is Loz's nursing bestie. Say good day, Bec.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. It's very exciting. Getting ready for Christmas. I need all the help I can get because I'm not very organised at all. So,
wow, you've been
let's
very
all get organised together.
Fantastic. That's what it's all about. Just sort of, pulling our resources together and coming up with some good plans. And we have also got Marissa on. If you want to come off mute and say hello, Marissa.
Hello. So I've been a consultant previously, but I've only recently just joined up again because of the amazing deals that are happening at the moment. I'm a bit of a sucker for a good deal. So yeah, I've just started a couple of days ago.
Yeah, literally. And she's off with a bang already. She's already earned her cutter, which is very exciting. So yeah, we have lots of wonderful deals happening here in Thermie Land. So if any of you have any sort of inclination as to finding out more about being a consultant, please reach out to your consultant or stay on the line at the end of this class and we can have a chat. Yeah, no worries. All right, well, we've got lots of people who aren't showing their beautiful faces. Thank you, Wendy, for being brave, and Rebecca. It's awesome. That is perfectly fine if you don't want to have your camera on, but please feel free to pop some comments in the chat. Here we go, all sorted. I hope have shared the load. Oh, fantastic. Brilliant. All right. So we have got a few people on who have not got a Thermomix, and we've got some people on who have got the TM5, which is the model before our current model, the TM6. So I feel it necessary that we perhaps go back a little bit. Well, not back, but we explain from the start what Cookidoo is. Maybe just pop in the chat. Are you using Cookidoo? Do you have it? Are you a huge fan of it? Are you not so sure of it? Just give us a bit of a feel and an idea, because when I run these online classes, I call them bespoke classes, because I pretty much cater them for the people who've come along. So if you could let me know you're the biggest fan, yes, I hear you. If you can give me a bit of a feel for where you're at, that way this will be geared towards you, okay? Because that's what we're all about here in Thermie Land. We come from a place of service, and we want to appeal to what's important to you, okay? Because you are what matters, and you've taken the time to come on tonight. Okay, you randomly search something and hope it comes up. Well, that's awesome, and you can do that too. So Cookidoo, for those of you who don't know, it is our online recipe platform, okay? It is where you find all of the recipes that have been triple tested by our Thermomix chefs throughout the world. And I've had the pleasure of being in one of the recipe development kitchens over in Perth, and I can guarantee if a recipe is not bang on, schmick, by the second attempt, it's binned and they start again. Okay, so with the Thermomix approved recipes that are in Cookidoo, you know that they are going to work. And yes, you can deviate from them, but obviously the more you deviate from them, the more chance you may muck it up. I always say to my customers, if you are an intuitive cook and you know substitutes, go for it. But just initially, when you first get your Thermomix, stick to Cookidoo and really get a feel for the way recipes are sort of constructed in Cookidoo, and then get a bit adventurous and play around once you've had some success, because we really try and set our customers up for success. Now, there are 90,000 recipes plus on Cookidoo. Okay, so you're never going to get bored. Another suggestion I make to my customers is to try and make one new thing every week. Yeah, and I just find that that keeps your repertoire fresh, and you find new things that you may or may not like. You cook about 3 dishes new a week. Wow, that's pretty impressive, Lauren, especially considering you have young children. They obviously aren't that fussy. Yeah, I've
like a new cookie recipe or something, you know, like not necessarily main meals, but a new, you know, different cookie or main meal or something like that. Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, well, that's great. I'm sorry, that was my bad. I was referring to main meals. I always try and make one main meal different. And this week, actually, I did make 2. One of them was at a demo though. So yeah, I made the chicken katsu curry. I think Bec might have posted that during the week. Yum, I hadn't made that before. It's a winner. So if you've not made chicken katsu curry, give it a go. One tweak I did make that I had a recommendation from somebody else was not to use the panko crumbs, but to go to the Asian grocer and get the pork crackling and whiz that through the Thermomix for about 10 seconds and use that instead of panko crumbs. Like, not good for the waistline, but oh my goodness, it was delicious. So that's the little variation that I had heard. So yeah, you can play around with the recipes. So when you purchase a TM6, you get 6 months free subscription to Cookidoo, and thereafter it's $69 a year. All right. Oh, we've got lots of comments. We're just going to have a quick look at those comments. Highly recommend. Yep. Oh, fantastic. Is there anyone who's got a TM5 or a TM6 and who is not using Cookidoo? And I'm not, please don't think I'm going to criticize you here, but I will just point out that having a Thermomix is only half the story, and your success is based on, using your Thermomix, obviously. But if you're only using it without Cookidoo, you're really only getting a glimpse of what is possible with your investment. I've heard it, and I like analogies, and I heard the analogy that, if you're not using Cookidoo with your Thermomix, it's like having an iPhone. iPhones are pretty cool without any apps. So imagine your iPhone without apps. Yeah, so Cookidoo just unlocks so much more capability, especially if you want to start to get really adventurous and look at sous videing and slow cooking and fermenting and making yogurt. There's so much Thermomix can do. But anyway, I could prattle on about that all night. That's not what we're here for. We are here to have a look at some recipes, and I'm going to bring up, we definitely don't want that back again. How do I get rid of it now? Bear with me. I'm scared I'll press play. So here we go. This is Cookidoo. Okay. And if your Cookidoo is not saying hello to you, that means that you have not changed your settings in your account, and you can do that by clicking up here. So I'm not in the app at the moment. I'm actually in the website cookidoo.com.au, and I have signed in with my Cookidoo sign in, the same one you use on your Thermomix, the same one you use in your app. So you click on your account and you view profile, and you can see here you can select what type of cook you are, and you can change this at any time you like. At the moment, I'm all about time saving. I sort of flick between that one and probably the classic cook mostly. I've got TM6, so I've got that covered, and I do have the blade cover peeler. Now, if you're going to update my filter, you will see that you can add in any accessories that you have, and soon we'll have the cutter to add in there. Language. So if you speak more than one language, if you speak more than just English, please check it, because you will then get access to all of those recipes from around the world. Where it says country or region, make sure there's nothing ticked, because if you have Australia ticked, that means you're only going to get recipes in English from Australia. Okay, and you're ripping yourself off from all the other recipes around the world that are in English. So I suggest you go in and have a look at your filters to begin with, and then make sure you hit save. Okay, and this is where you edit your profile. If you want your Thermomix to when you turn it on, you want it to say hello gorgeous, it will say hello gorgeous. You can change that. Hello gorgeous. What a way to start the day. You can do whatever you like there. All right, so in your Cookidoo, you've got all these suggestions, and guess what? At the moment, with Christmas coming up, there's lots of Christmas suggestions. Let's have a little look at this one, the festive camembert wreath. Okay. Now, I haven't made this yet, but I will be making it this week. I know Lauren has made it, and we are going to share a reel of her making it. I think it was today. Is that right, Lauren?
Yeah, I made it today. We had some people coming over for a Christmas catch-up for lunch.
Yep.
So I made it today for them, and it was a big hit, a very big.
Yeah.
And say it looks so impressive. It was really easy. Not time consuming or complicated, but everyone was super impressed with it. Like they thought it was amazing, asking lots of questions. So I think that's, that's really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I swapped brie for camembert. I think we missed a bit there, but that's
hang
okay.
on.
Just
Go
making
back.
that's all right. Just the video paused. So initially I just made the filling, and I fried the bacon for crispiness in the pan. So that's the filling there. The dough you make next. And then I actually put mine in the fridge overnight, so I didn't have so much prep to do today. I use the Thermomat. It's really good to roll out the dough, because you can use the round circle, so you can get it to 30 centimetres. You can see how easy it is to take off. the Thermomat. So I use Brie, not Camembert, because that's my preference. So then you just spread the filling around. It's really easy, and then top it with the bacon. For a little cost saving, this is me, pepita seeds instead of the pistachios were $18 for 300 grams.
That's
so I
really
use
smart.
Yeah, the pepita still gives you that green color for Christmas. Then you just roll out the second bit of dough for the top, crimp the edges a little bit, and then cut open over the cheese so the cheese can bake in the oven, and you just roll that back. And then you just cut the rays of the sun around 16 pieces. And then you just twist them around. I tried to stand them up, but I didn't like how they looked, so I've flipped them around a little bit more. And then look at that.
Oh,
Is that not amazing?
stunning.
Yeah, I was pretty excited.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah, and the I didn't have enough space on my reel to get the oozy cheese at the end, but it was really good. But I couldn't get, the recipe said to use frozen cranberries, which I couldn't get. So if you scroll down on recipes, on the recipe detail, there's tips at the bottom. So if you scroll down there, it actually says that you can substitute with dried cranberries of the equivalent of the same amount, and you decrease the sugar that you add into that filling. So that's what I did. I followed the tips instead of the recipe. And I substituted the pepitas for pistachios because I wasn't paying $18 for 300 grams. And yeah, as I said, I made that the night before and then put it in the fridge. Yeah, that's what the tips and tricks at the bottom of the recipe. So I just took it out of the fridge this morning, and the assembly took less than 10 minutes. So really for Christmas Day, that makes it really easy prep ahead meal. And it's so impressive. Like, it looked so cool.
Fantastic. It looks beautiful. Something to share and have conversation around. No, that's fantastic. So I would, at this point in time, after finding that recipe, I would be adding that. So we click on the add. That's what it's called, if any of you want to search it up and save it now, Festive Camembert Reeve. And it has featured in this month's Women's Weekly. We had there was a Women's Weekly special on Channel 10 on Friday night at 7:30. I've not actually seen it yet, but I have recorded it, so I'm looking forward to watching that. But you've just seen Lauren make it, so you don't need to watch that now. Okay, so I'm going to add that to a collection. Now, if you don't have any collections made as yet, you can create one. Okay, so you just click on create recipe and you name it what you want. So these effectively are like playlists, and they just help you get organized until you work out exactly what you want to do for Christmas Day before you start putting it in for the 25th or the 24th of December. You can pop them in collections. Now, I've got a few Christmas ones going. I've got Christmas hamper workshops, and I'll show you these in a minute. Christmas faves, I'm going to pop it in there. All right, so I know where to find it when I'm ready to make it. Okay, so I want to show you now. So you click on this search button here. It works very much like taste.com in that if you come home from work and you haven't planned what you're having for dinner, you want to type in what you've got in your cupboard, say a can of tuna, tomatoes, and some pasta. You just key it in, tuna, tomato, pasta, and bang, there you go. You have 318 recipes there to choose from, and you can play around with the search filters and narrow that down even further. Okay. Now, a couple of the girls and I have done some festive cooking classes lately, and one of the dishes that we've made there is the salmon phyllo spiral. If you like salmon, even if you're not particularly fussed on salmon, it's not really fishy, is it, Lauren? Yeah, it's
just
very,
about
very
to say that. Yeah, it's subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, let's face it, there's enough butter in the phyllo that, you know, the butter is really probably the hero of the dish.
It's
now,
delicious.
this,
yeah.
It really is delicious. It looks tricky. And trust me, I stuffed it up the first time I made it because I didn't look at the instructions properly. But then I watched the experts make it, and it's one of those things. Yeah, once you've seen it made, you have your confidence to give it a go. So this has got it has got parsley, bit of chili, spinach, cream cheese, lemon juice, pecan nuts, which give it a little bit of crunch. They're really delicious in it. If you wanted to make it nut free, you could add seeds. And 300 grams of boneless, skinless salmon fillet cut into pieces. And you basically mix all that up together, and it's like making a sausage roll. I think I've got, here we go. This is me making it in Eltham. So, no, this is in Gisborne, our Gisborne class. I've got three sheets of phyllo laid out there with butter, melted butter spread in between each layer. Then I've put the filling in a roll, and I have turned in the sides and rolled it up, and that forms part of the spiral. So you can see here in the Ambrosia Fira cast iron ware that we sell in the mix shop. But you could just use a quiche dish, and it's really impressive. It's really, really pretty. So I'm just going to show you. There it is, cooked. That's out at Eltham. So it's really quite pretty. And what you do is you use scissors to cut it up into portions. There you go. You can see me making it again. It's Jodie making the chicken roulade, which is another beautiful dish with apple and sage stuffing. These are so Moorish. These are the German cinnamon stars. They're gluten-free, made with almonds, and they are absolutely delicious. I'll show you the recipe for those in a minute. That's Lauren. Can't quite see her very well. That's her mouth. And oh goodness, what have I done? Oh. I've lost where I'm up to. Anyway, so that was her making beautiful pink lemonade. How good was that, Lauren?
Actually, excellent. Really good idea for Christmas Day. Another one you can pre-make as well, and just stick the lemonade sort of flavouring part into the fridge the day before would be okay, and then you can mix it with the with either soda water or Prosecco, which would be my preference, or you could, or soda water, or even put a little bit of vodka in it with the soda water. So you could make it a cocktail, or gin.
Yeah.
Yep, all of those things. So yeah, that you could pre-make, so you're on Christmas Day, you're not having to make it in the morning. But it was fantastic. It's just lemons, raspberry, caster sugar, some water, and then ice. So it couldn't be quicker. I think it's made in less than 5 minutes. So really, it's great.
Fantastic. I'm just having a look at the comments. Well done. Right, beautiful. So yeah, as you can see here with your Cookidoo recipes, it tells you the difficulty. In this case, it's very easy. It takes 5 minutes of your time and 30 minutes all up. You don't have to allow it to take 30 minutes. There was some steeping involved with the raspberries, but we just shortcut that, didn't we, Lauren?
Yeah, we didn't even let it rest at all. We just served it straight up, and it was still delicious. But yeah, it was really really nice. But you could make it the day before, put it in the fridge, and it would be, you know, as good as well. So you could do it either way. If you want it in a rush on the day for something nice to drink, or you wanted to pre-prepare it the day before.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, we've made it since, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have made it for when I had guests come over the following weekend. I'm like, oh, you've got to try this pink lemonade. It's amazing.
It's so pretty. And, you know, if you were trying to save some money, you could easily use strawberries instead of raspberries. You could use frozen as well. They don't have to be fresh. Yeah, absolute winner. And the kids, you know, feel a bit special too when you leave the alcohol out. Okay, so one of the other dishes we did at the festive fix classes, which was an absolute winner, was the hazelnut brioche. And I'll be honest, I'd never made brioche before, but have a look at how impressive this dish looks. It's so pretty and so delicious. There's a few different hints and tips for making it. I think it says it here. No, it doesn't. Okay. So basically, the first time I made this, I made it with, actually made the hazelnut, you know, like Nutella, and I made it with dark chocolate, and it was delicious, but for me, it was a little too rich. All right. So I then, the second time I made it with Nutella because I ran out of time to remake it with milk chocolate. And that was delicious. And then the third time I made it, it's a big hit in our house. I had actually made the hazelnut spread with milk chocolate. But I found probably a mix of both would be good. If you really want to go all out and make the hazelnut spread yourself, maybe a mix of dark and milk chocolate, because just milk chocolate, it went really runny and it was quite warm where we were, so it was hard to maneuver the dough. But this is super simple, very similar to the recipe that Bec just showed you, not Bec, sorry, Lauren just showed you with the wreath, in that you cut it into 16 sections. You put a bowl in the middle here, and then what you do is you get two pieces of the sun, and you turn them twice out on the outside. It says it in the instructions, and then you join it together and it creates this wreath. Like, it sounds complicated, but it really is not, and it doesn't take too long either. Says 40 minutes. It says it's medium just because there's a little bit of fiddle work in it, but it's really delicious. All righty. So has anyone got any questions at this stage? Yeah, pink lemonade's a winner. With the wreath, when you say you prepped it, did you make it assembled before you cooked it, and how long before you baked it?
I just wrote a long reply to that.
Oh, so did you?
Yeah, I just wrote a long reply. It should come up. I prepped it the night before. So I did the dough separately, the filling separately, and then the bacon separately. So 3 bowls into the fridge. Then I took it out of the fridge in the morning, put it on the bench. So because you can't roll dough if it's cold, because it will just shrink back. So then I rolled it out and made the wreath and put it on the bench for probably an hour before I actually baked it. So because the filling is cold and you don't use your measuring cup, the steam evaporates. So the filling's quite dry. It's not a wet filling. So, and then it doesn't change the texture of the dough too much. I think you'd be safe doing it for a couple of hours before you bake it.
Beautiful. Thanks, Lauren. All right. So now I am going to call on Bec, because Bec has made something this afternoon. So if you can come off mute, Bec, and just talk us through your little creation here. Oh, you're on mute, love.
Yeah, so I decided to make honeycomb this afternoon. Have never made it before, which just goes to show how easy Cookidoo is, because I've just seen the recipe and have got the ingredients out, roped my husband into filming, so I didn't have to go all over the place. But it uses the Mojo sugar stages, so that is only done via a recipe in Cookidoo, and it's literally sugar, water and honey. And you let that go for 22 minutes. And in that time, you know, I've sifted the bicarb, they're ready to go. And you have to work quite quickly. And once again, the ease of Cookidoo while I was doing this and doing this new recipe, and yelling at my kids to stop fighting, I managed to make honeycomb. So yeah, there we go. It's amazing to see. It's a bit of a chemical reaction, and
It's a science experiment, isn't it?
it's so incredible. I was actually really blown away by it. It was really cool.
Fantastic. And how difficult was it to clean your bowl?
So that's something that I didn't show in my reel, but as soon as that's done, it asks you to put a litre of water in with 50 grams of vinegar and do a wash cycle and clean the bowl. And if you do have any remnants left over, I've just put like some vinegar on some paper towel and just let it sit there. But the bowl is shiny clean. And what I've done. So it turned out really well, and just like the thickness of it. So I'm actually going to break that up after this and like gift it to people, and do that. That probably I'll eat all that probably, but then I will make another one and then gift it to people, because I was really impressed by how easy it was. So yeah.
Fantastic. You could also melt some chocolate over it and turn it into a crunchy or violet crumble. That is delicious. And honeycombs broken up and sprinkled on desserts, it just makes it look a little bit extra special. Who doesn't love honeycomb? Delicious. It is.
I made it a bit thinner when I made it in like a bigger tray, and then I broke it up and put it on a pavlova. So that was really nice. Yeah.
Yum. Delicious. Absolutely beautiful. Thanks, Bec. All right. A couple of yum. Crunchy for the win. Yes. Absolutely. So yes, the honeycomb can only be made in your TM6 because of the sugar stages, but it's an absolute winner. The pre-clean function, after you've finished making your honeycomb and you put it into clean, the blades go to move and they go, oh, it's like concrete, and so the blades stop moving and it realizes it needs to heat the water. So the Thermomix is so smart. So it heats the waters to melt the honeycomb on the blades and to clean it all beautifully for you. Fantastic. All right. Now I'm just going to take you through. I'm just going to take you through my collections that I've got set up for Christmas. Okay, so how you find them. So I'll start it. So we're back at Hello Gorgeous. You go into my recipes and you go into created, okay? Because I only want to look at the collections that I've created, because I know I've made some Christmas ones. So here we go. We have got Christmas hamper workshops. So these are workshops that I've done over the years with people, just to show them how they can, cut some costs and make some homemade gifts for people. So I'll try and not go too fast through these, because you might want to jot down some of the recipes. What I might do actually is, when I email out the recording of this, is I will pop in the recipe links to everything that we've chatted about tonight, so that you don't have to frantically write them all down. Now, za'atar seasoning is absolutely delicious. Lots of people don't realise that you can make it in your Thermomix. It takes 5 minutes. It's insane. And it is delicious. It's just sesame seeds, oregano, sumac, cumin, salt, pepper, and thyme. So easy to make, and an absolute winner. Then we've got vanilla paste. Making your own vanilla paste is a massive, massive, massive cost saving. It's just phenomenal, and it tastes so good. We've got Turkish Delight Rocky Road, another wonderful gift idea. And, I don't know, it's something special about giving gifts that have been made with love, I think. Then for our gluten-free friends, we've got beautiful almond biscotti. And I have made that. It is delicious. You feel like you're having something really, really special. And to know that you can make it in your Thermie is incredible. Then just giving little garlic oils, is also a really great idea. If you're doing up a hamper for someone, there's some more great things in here for hampers. If you've got somebody who loves their cranberry sauce. This cranberry and rosemary chutney is to die for. I make it every year, every Christmas, and it is absolutely beautiful. Another gorgeous gift that's gluten-free as well is the chocolate and anise fruit bark. So if you like that licorice aniseed flavour, this is to die for, and it's really simple. There you go, 10 minutes it takes, and you obviously needs to set. And it's got dried fruit and nuts on the top of it. And the chocolate is actually flavoured with aniseed that has been milled in your Thermomix. It is so simple, but so delicious. So I highly recommend that. That's one of my favourite dishes. Then you've got Christmas cake, salted chocolate caramel fudge. Is that the one that you just made? Yeah. All right, let's have a look at that reel, because Lauren has just made that today as well.
Yeah, I made that today. So this I make for gifts for people. So this I'm going to give to the teachers at Kinder for my 5-year-old. So that's the chocolate milling down. I use Cadbury's. That's about 10 different types of sugars, because fudge is just really sugar but delicious. That's it cooking. It cooks for about 20 minutes, and then you just add your chocolate in at the end, and then there's its setting as a massive block, and then you just use your fat or caramel pre-clean function to get your bowl sparkling clean. And look at it, isn't it amazing? Another amazing thing, I make this every year, and perhaps not just at Christmas time, but I've got it here as well. So that's one layer, and then there's another full layer underneath, and then we ate it today when we had people over. So it makes a fairly big batch, so I'll be able to give it to probably all the kids, make a little, I put it in like clear plastic bags with a ribbon. So like I'll be able to probably do all the teachers with that one batch. So it's pretty cost effective if you think you're going to go out and buy a gift for every single person. I can make all of that for a couple of bucks, because most of it's already in my cupboard to make. I also made this sweetened condensed milk to go in the fudge myself first. So that's all just cupboard ingredients. So instead of going out and spending $3.95, I think it is, on a tin of sweetened condensed milk, I made it first, was all in my cupboard, so it didn't cost me anything. You can also change the colour of the chocolate. So I use Cadbury milk chocolate, but you can use white or dark depending on what your preference is. And I think, so my fudge this time is quite soft. I'll show you. I think I let a little bit of condensation in because I wasn't paying attention. Can you see it's like a caramel?
Oh, yum.
Oh, it's delicious. Don't get me wrong. But last time I made it, it was a bit firmer. Mm-hmm. And I think it's because the condensation came down into it and added a little bit of water when I was tipping the lid. Anyway, so it's still delicious like that, but it can be a little bit firmer as well, like in the picture. But it's amazing. Yeah, you got to try that.
Fantastic. Thanks, Lauren. While we've got you on here, we may as well cut to your next.
Oh, yeah.
Where is it? No.
You've got a lot of things open, Jeff.
I have got a lot of things open. I'm a bit, yeah, not as many as my husband. My God, he has so many things open at once. I can't keep up. Here we go.
Yeah.
This
so
is
I know Tess is perhaps not the biggest fan of Brussels sprouts. I've told her about this recipe before, but I'm going to tell her again to try it because it doesn't taste like Brussels sprouts. So this is Brussels sprouts with bacon and cranberry, so very festive for Christmas. I couldn't get bacon lard on, so I used pancetta from the deli, and that worked just as well. I also used pepitas in this instead of sunflower seeds because I had the packet from doing the other thing, so just another way of trying to save money by substituting the ingredients. So you fry off the bacon, then mix it with cranberries and pepitas and put it to the side. And then you make your dressing in the bowl, and then you add your cut up Brussels sprouts straight into the dressing and chop them. So a little tip here is that I actually quarter mine instead of halve them, like it says in the recipe. Make them a bit smaller first, and then you only have to do one chop cycle, and you can do the full 500 grams, so it cuts the recipe time down a little bit. And then it serves everyone really, what we took it to a Christmas function we had a couple of weeks ago, and everyone loved it. Even the Brussels sprout hating people loved it. So I would encourage you to try it. It's raw, so it keeps all of its nutrients in the Brussels sprouts as well, which I really like. It's got a lot of texture, which is another thing I like with the Thermomix. You can keep your texture in your food, and it keeps well. So I brought this home from the barbecue that we went to, and we actually ate it the next day. It was still as good as the first day. So this is also something you could pre-make for Christmas.
Fantastic. Yeah, we're all about doing as much as we can on Christmas Eve to make Christmas Day all about the kids and all about spending time together and not
relaxing.
Yeah, not being stuck in the kitchen. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, I'll let you guys in on a little secret. This rosemary salt is one of my favorite things to make. I make it every year. In fact, I used to just make it at Christmas time, but I now have a good stash of it all year round because my kids love this rosemary salt on their potatoes, on their roast potatoes, on roast lamb. You know, it has so many different uses, and it is 2 ingredients, salt and rosemary. It's super easy, super cheap, and a really great gift to give. Now you can see here there's some other salts as well. I'm pretty sure this one is a lemon salt, and this one is a porcini mushroom salt. So you've got porcini mushrooms in there. So you can imagine the flavors that you can enhance your dishes with these salts. Wonderful gifts. And you can get these little containers just from your, you know, your $2 shop type places. Here we've got White Christmas as well. I haven't made that. That looks really quite sweet, but I'm sure it would tick the boxes for some people. Yeah, so there's some ideas for hampers. Now I'm also going to go into Christmas workshop. I think I've got a few Christmas recipes in here. What is going on? Okay, not that one. Bear with me. Christmas faves. So there we are. We just put the festive camembert wreath in. Have a look at this beautiful frozen strawberry daiquiri. That would be fantastic for Christmas. It looks so festive, doesn't it? It looks absolutely delicious. Again, 10 minutes, you know, nice way to start Christmas lunch with a cocktail. Again, using frozen strawberries, and just something really festive and special, or even if it's just for drinks pre-Christmas, a lovely, lovely way. This is caramelized white chocolate bark. So similar to the other one, but it's got pistachios and cranberries in it. So I haven't made that one, but it looks really good. Your Christmas spice mix, if you're making gingerbread or, you know, you need some Christmas spice, I highly recommend you give making it yourself a go rather than just buying your pre-made spices, because by doing it fresh when you need it, the flavor is so much more intense, and it just blows your mind. Absolutely beautiful. These are lovely too, honey sesame snaps. Not sure that they're all that Christmassy, but could be another idea for to pop in a hamper or to gift as little gifts. This is a lemon meringue cake with 10-minute frosting. That looks evil. I've had lots of people recommend this to me. It's chocolate salami. It's meant to be pretty good as well. Has anyone made that?
No, but I think I'll add it to my list.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
It does.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, that salted chocolate caramels makes the second appearance. It's probably in every list. The white chocolate fudge, and you know, you can deviate with these and make peppermint fudge as well. You can throw in peppermint crisps. You could use some peppermint doTERRA essential oils to flavor it. You're limited only by your imagination. Those of you who like mulled wine, we've got recipes for that. There's the rosemary salt again. There's the gingerbread biscuits. And, you know, if you are gluten intolerant, we have gluten-free gingerbread as well, which is awesome. A source of people have made comments about gluten-free, which is really lovely. And this peach Bellini, you know, if you want to invite the neighbours over for a quick drink before Christmas, this is a really, really cheap cocktail to do, and it goes quite a long way. It's just a bottle of sparkling wine. You don't have to, you know, get Veuve Clicquot or anything. You wouldn't put peaches in with Veuve Clicquot. But, you know, just a cheap and cheerful bottle of wine, and you can even use canned peaches and create this lovely peach Bellini, which is really beautiful. Now, one other thing I will quickly tell you about as well is we have ratings, and it's a good idea to rate your recipes as you try things. And how you do that is you click on the stars. Oh, look, I haven't rated this one. I think this is the Ripper. A great, cheap and cheerful cocktail, and I'm going to give it 5 stars, and then you submit. And that just helps other people when they're looking at recipes. Okay, I think that's all of them. For some reason, I thought I had another Christmas one. Here we go, this one. Okay, so this is a salad that I like to serve on Christmas Day. On top of this one, also the beetroot salad is absolutely beautiful and looks festive. And if you just crumble a bit of feta on top as well, just gives it that extra lift. So this is a beautiful salad. There's that cranberry and rosemary chutney I was talking about before. Garlic prawns. Who doesn't like garlic prawns? You know, we all like a bit of seafood on Christmas Day as well. This recipe is to die for. Yeah, I have rated it 5 stars. It's beautiful. And, you know, it looks a bit special, and it takes 5 minutes of your time, 25 minutes all up. Now, I'm not sure if you all know about the recipe scaling now, that you can scale some recipes up or down. And this is one of the recipes that you can change from 4 serves to 6. Which is just phenomenal. And as we progress throughout next year, more and more recipes will be scaled so that you can increase the portion size or decrease. So like if there's only 2 of you, you might like to decrease it. Now this is just so easy, 5 minutes. I make this most Christmases as well, just as a little appetizer to start you off. Okay. I have got too many things open. All right, what else have we got in here just quickly, because we do need to wrap up. Oh, here's another cocktail, an apple, strawberry and ginger cocktail. Beautiful, looks really pretty. There's our gingerbread gluten-free cookies, rosemary salt again. Can you tell I like it? So it's the rosemary salt that goes on these smashed roast potatoes. So that's part of that recipe. I highly recommend as well you give the mixed berry pavlova stacks a go. There are 3 pavlova stacks in the Festive Flavors cookbook. There's this one, there's a gingerbread one. For my mind, it's a little too sweet. And there is also a black forest one, which is to die for. I've made all of them. I'm the pavlova queen in my household. And there's the chocolate and star anise bark again. Traditional gravy. Have you made gravy in your Thermomix? It's really simple, and it goes beautifully with that turkey roulade with the apple and sage stuffing that we made at the festive class. This is another one that I have made at Christmas cooking classes before. It's a glazed chicken with hazelback pumpkin. It's beautiful. And for me, with a roast turkey, you cannot go past the cauliflower gratin. It is divine. And I usually throw broccoli in there as well. It is an absolute winner. All right. So are we feeling inspired, people? Feel free to come off mute and tell us what you've thought. Marshmallow,
I just want to show this one, Tess.
Yeah.
I found it the other day. I don't know if you can see that. It's called the Christmas pudding tiffin balls.
Oh, cute.
They're like little bliss balls,
Yep.
and then melted white chocolate on them. They're really cute little idea for a grazing table or something like that. So that's always a good one as well. I found the other day, put on my list.
Beautiful.
So, yeah.
All right, let's have a look. Those garlic prawns are amazing, a favourite at our place. Yep, marshmallow is another great one. Tess, can you show the Christmas pudding? Oh, that was you. Tiffin balls, are they? All right, let's have a look. Oh, they do look pretty. Very cute. I like those a lot. Now, one other thing I was going to show you too really quickly is, do you know that you can download recipes from the recipe community? Okay, so we have now got the function that you can, you know, let's just say hypothetically you want this easy Christmas pudding with vegan options. Let's click on the recipe and you decide you want that. All you need to do is go add to Cookidoo, and it will, you confirm it. And you can change the image to an image that you come up with. You can change the name, whatever you want to do. And then there are the steps, and you might want to change the steps because you might decide you don't like currants, you want to add something else and so forth. And then when you're done amending it, you just go done. Done. Huh? And now we go into my recipes and you hit created. Collections, all. So then you go into created recipes and there it is. Look, Riss, I've got your biscuits that I haven't made yet in there. So these are all recipes that I've imported from the recipe community, or I perhaps made up myself. Now this looks delicious. That would be a lovely Christmas dessert as well, the Bespoke cheesecake. This is an oaty slice that my son made at school, and I've added it in there. So yeah, lots and lots of recipes. The Skinny Mixes chicken loaf. You know, quiche Lorraine, I've changed the recipe, so it's quiche Lorraine my way. I've used a Cookidoo recipe, but I've amended it. So there's so much you can do there. And, you know, who doesn't love rumbles at Christmas time? I've even got horse treats for my pony in there. That's Harry. He's our little Shetland pony. And what better thing to add for Christmas? This is a great Christmas gift, is a Bailey's Irish cream. Okay, that's from Thermo Fun, and I imported that onto Thermomix as well, which I will include in the recording to send off to you guys in an email, which I will do this week for you. So there we go. We always make muesli bars. Fantastic. Lots of cooking to do. Hopefully we have inspired you. Does anyone have any final questions before we wrap this up? Well, I just want to thank you all very much for joining us. I really hope we've given you some inspiration tonight. And for those of you who don't have a Thermomix, I dare say you're probably wanting to chat to your consultant now about perhaps getting a Thermomix. Yeah, so please do reach out to whoever your lovely consultant is, and they will only be too happy to hear from you. If you want to stay on and ask any questions, feel free to do so. Or if you're interested in joining the business, again, feel free to stay on. I want to thank Bec and Lauren for helping me out tonight, Marissa for saying hello, Marissa. It's always good to present with other people and makes it a little bit more interesting for you guys too. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming, and have a very, very Merry Christmas. Ta-da.